back to the channel. Now, those who have been following me for a while know that periodically I give away bowls to subscribers when we hit certain milestones. Now, the next milestone I want to hit is 10,000 subscribers, and that's a while off. That's going to take a while to reach, and I don't want to wait that long before I give something back to all the amazing people who have followed me for all this time. So today we're going to make something just a little bit special. I think it's going to be special. I hope it's going to be special. I do like to try and make things which people haven't tried before, so this is going to be very definitely one of those occasions. We've got here a oak blank, which is very nice, about 10 inches. We're going to incorporate this brown leather into the build. We're going to incorporate some embellishing paste wax and some gilding cream. How these are all going to be fit together, well, you're going to have to stick around to find out, but we're also going to be using one of my new toys to help build this thing. So first things first, let's get this on the lathe and prepare it for the next stage. Okay, we're all set up, we're on the lathe. It's pretty well balanced, so we can start turning around 800 RPM. Now, this isn't going to be a standard shaped bowl because of the design I want to incorporate into this. So initially we're going to turn the bottom flat, make a foot, put a recess in, and turn up the sides to about there, somewhere around there. I have an idea of what it's going to look like in my head. I've made this in my own mind about 30 times, so I kind of know what I'm doing. But yeah, when you think you know something and then you start doing it, two different things. Anyway, right, let's get started. Okay, bar I've got the finishing cuts, that's the bottom sorted. Now let's turn our attention to the side. Okay, now design this bowl to show off the effect that's going to be on the side. So in order for everybody to see it, if we had an all side sloping in, then it would be hard to see the design. If we have the design sloping the other way, then it's going to be nicely on show for everybody to see. So what we have to do is angle this side that way. So with the ball gouge, some nice gentle passes backwards and forwards until I've got a nice angle which is going to be suitable for my needs. Now, I don't know exactly what that angle is, I just have an idea what it looks like, so I know when I'll get there. Okay, see how that looks. I think that'll be okay. Now, this rim here I've left on needs to be here because the decoration I'm putting on the side needs a defined top edge, and that's where that comes in. Okay, the next step is to make some slight alterations to this flat surface. We're going to make some steps in it. First one, 10 mil. Next one at 25 mil. Okay, so we've got 10 mil gap, and then a 15 mil gap, and then that. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to cut in from the edge to leave a ridge there, and then cut in the edge again to leave another ridge there. I'll tell you why in a second. This first ridge, I need to make it the depth of 2 pieces of leather, because I'm going to have to cut this one further back to meet there. So still a little bit proud, so just another scraping off there. Better. You may start thinking I'm going crazy, but there is a reason for all this, I assure you. Right, now I'm going to take this line down to there at the same depth as 1 piece of leather. Yep, fine. I do assure you there is a very good reason for all this. Right, next step is, I think I just need to take this lip down a little bit, then we can start sanding. Okay, I'm going to sand all this. I'm ready for a finish. I'll let it wash the start, but there's no need to make you sit through all of this. And I'll bring you back at the end. Lovely. Right, ready for the next bit. Okay, before we put some finish on, we just need to clean out the pores of the wood. And we're going to use isopropyl alcohol for this. Okay, I'll give that a couple of seconds to dry. We'll put a sealer on. You can pretty much use any kind of sealer you want on this, but I'm going to use a shellac-based sealer because I do want to slightly darken the wood so it's more in line with the effect we're going for later on. Okay, give that a little bit while to dry. And then we'll come back and put the embellishing wax on. Okay, that's all dry. So we'll apply the embellishing wax. We use this quite liberally. Get a nice hefty bit onto my cloth. I'm just going to swirl it into the grain. If the grain's nice and open, then it'll leave a trace of the gold behind. I'm not going to put it in the centre because I've got something unique planned for that. Right, I'm going to put it on this area and the rim. These 2 areas here, I don't really need it because they're going to be covered. Okay, That's all in. Now I can polish this in. Okay, now the next step, I'm sorry to say, it's not to do the decoration. We're going to turn it round first and hollow out the inside. Okay, we turn around, I've sharpened up again, so we'll quickly get this hollowed out, the same finish on the inside, and then we can start the fun stuff. Apart from having to sharpen up a couple of times, that all went quite well. Right, I'm going to get a scraper in there, finish off the surface, and then we can sand this bit. Beautiful. Right, I'll set up for sanding. Do you want to watch it? All right, I'll let you watch a little bit, but then I'll come back. Good news is that's probably the last of the sanding. Right, isopropyl, clean out the grooves, then a sealer, and then a wax. Okay, back on with a sealer. Again, we'll let this just dry a little bit, and then we can put the embellishing wax on. Okay, that's our time to dry. And back on with the gold embellishing wax. Same as before, healthy amounts to get into all the grain. Okay, polish this in. Okay, and now, as the Monty Pythons say, time for something completely different. Okay, we're ready for the fun part. We've got a stack of leather, we've got our bowl, and the idea is that we're going to create small scales from the leather and put them around this bowl in 3 different layers. Now the scales, as I say, are all going to be made out of this leather. We're going to need about 120 in total. So in order to make life a little bit easier, we are going to employ the many talents of the Lingerie 5 10-watt engraver. I was given this a few weeks ago, and you'll see another video back on my channel of its full capabilities. But one of the main reasons I wanted to get something like this is because it makes producing new and unusual things just that little bit easier. As opposed to having the normal set of tools we can use, we've now got like an extra dimension that we can bring into our creativity. So anyway, I'm going to make scales from the leather. Each scale is going to be slightly different. I've done a few mock-up designs. This is the scale shape, which are knocked up on a graphic design software, and it's got like a cell pattern inside. Now my idea is that these large areas of cell is going to be gilded, and the bits in between are etched away, leaving this kind of pattern. Now, if we had all exactly the same, then it would look very repetitive and you'd be able to see. So I've created about 40 different styles, each one subtly different to any of the others. So this is a digital file which I was sending to the engraver, but the first thing we need is to gild our bits of leather. And to do that, we're going to use the gilding polish. This is quite nice stuff. I've used it before on bowls and it works really, really well. It's just a little sponge on the top, just like a soft paste inside. We just dab this in and then just rub it onto the surface of the leather. It does dry very quickly, and once it is dried, it is incredibly hard wearing. It's a polish, you know, it's like you polish your shoes. Once it's on, it's on. So I'm going to take these 4 pieces and cover each one totally with this cream. Then when it's dried, we can put it onto the laser engraver and start cutting them out. There we go. That's them 4 done. I'll leave them to dry for a few minutes, doesn't take long, and then we can start engraving. Okay, first piece is on, it's nice and dry, so as soon as I hit this button here, we can start cutting. Right, there we have it. Thanks to the longer Ray 5 engraver, we've got a whole load of these beautiful little leather scales, all nicely etched. Imagine trying to do that by hand. Well, you wouldn't, would you? Thank goodness for lasers. Right. With regards to gluing these on, I did initially consider, well, I had a look around and somebody suggested that you could do it with wood glue. I did test that, and they do hold, they do stick, but they'd come off very, very easily. So we're just going to stick with the CA glue. I'm just going to put a couple of drops on the surface. I'm using quite a thick one, not a thin one, because I don't want it to run. I'm just going to squelch these in a little bit. Okay. Basically, we're going to carry on doing that until this whole thing's covered. I haven't cut the second row of scales yet, because when I've tried these up against it, there is a chance that you may be able to see another bit of wood just in that little gap. So I'm just going to slightly alter the design by a couple of millimeters and print out another few. You know what I also love about laser engravers? Precision. You measure something, you make it to fit, and it fits. So, Right, I'll let this sit for a little bit. I'll quickly nip onto the A5 and print out the slightly longer ones. Okay, I'm going to spend the next good while sticking things on here. As for you, I'll bring you back when it's all done. Yeah, I thought I'd bring you back just for the last few pieces. This has been quite a, I won't say laborious task, but it has gone on a bit. I've just made one more piece for this, which we'll put on in a second, and then we can take a look at what we've done. There you go. Right, let's give that a couple of seconds and then we'll take it off and I'll put the finishing piece in. Right, well, there we have it. An embellished oak bowl decorated with gilded leather scales. Well, I told you it was going to be different, didn't I? This one has taken so much thought into how it was going to work, what each step was going to look like, let alone what kind of bowl I was going to make. Was it going to be a bowl? Was it going to be a vase? Was it going to be a pot with a lid? There's so many ideas I had for what this could have ended up looking like. I'm quite glad I chose this. This is really quite extraordinary. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And if you've seen anybody else do anything like this, then again, please let me know. But I've looked and looked and looked and can't see anything like it. Right, well, there we go. Now, if you're wanting to win this, all you have to do... sorry, I thought a scale had fallen off then. If you're wanting to win this, all you have to do is to have liked and subscribed the channel and left a comment in at least one video since the last time we did a giveaway. Every time you leave a comment on a video, it will be counted as an entry and we will be choosing the winner in the usual way. If you look back at the other videos where we've given bowls away, then you'll see the format, so you'll get a good idea of what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. Right, apart from that, thank you very much indeed for watching. If you're interested in the laser, then a few weeks ago I did a full review of the Longer A5 10-watt laser. It really can do some incredible things, and it's given me so many ideas for different things for the future. So please keep a lookout for those. I'm going to leave a link in the description as well with some more technical data on the laser if you're interested. But apart from that, thank you very much indeed for watching. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you very, very soon. Oh, one last thing. The date I'm going to be revealing the winner is the 13th, Tuesday the 13th. Okay? Okay, so thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you.